Bio. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Today in Black History podcast by Barter Black, where we are featuring and spotlighting Black-owned businesses that you need to know. I am here today with Miss Stacy Hogan, who is the owner of Built by Stacy, a custom-made clothing line centering on plus-size designs. Hi, Stacy. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm amazing. Thank you so much for being here. So I want to, start from the beginning. How did fashion become your passion?
Okay. Well, starting from the honest beginning, my mother taught me to sew when I was very young. I was 8 years old when I sewed my first garment. And I believe it was a skirt, probably just a square block with a seam in it. But it was something to get us started. My mother is a phenomenal seamstress, still sews to this day at her age of 75. So
Wow.
my mother taught me to sew, and it just became a fashion of mine because I was always looking for something different, something that no one else had, that you couldn't go to the store and buy. So the only way to do that, in my mind, was to create it myself. So sewing my entire life is what I've been doing. Forming my business didn't happen until 2013.
Okay.
It was something, sewing for friends and sewing for family was something to do, but forming the business was the next step to get this thing going. Yeah.
That's amazing. And I think one thing you said that's really important is that your mom taught you how to do that. And it's so important for us to start passing down these things, to our
Absolutely.
children and our family. So it, stays within the family. It's so important. So did you design that blouse you have on?
This is a pink dress.
Oh,
It's from my latest collection, Pretty in Pink. I did this collection back in December.
okay.
Yes, and it has several different pieces that individuals have. So if people go to the Instagram, Facebook, and I think it's even on TikTok to see the entire collection, because this is one of my favorite colors. I think um, bright colors on melanated skin is just a
Mm.
thing for me. So pink and orange is two of my favorites. So
Well, I absolutely love you said it's a dress though. I
yes, it's a
love I love
full
it.
dress.
Definitely go on her socials to see the complete collection.
Yes.
So who do you design for?
My design aesthetic started again with plus size design and doing a lot of things for churches, church choirs.
Okay.
When you sing, and I grew up in church, so when you sing, the choir has to have a uniform. Everyone, let's wear black and white, or everyone, let's wear navy blue and white. And for me, run of the mill has never been my forte. Black, okay, black skirts, white blouse. And so you go get your basic, and it's like, I don't like this. So for
Cringing.
me, starting out, it was always to have something above and beyond, because with a lot of us, some of us don't, go to clubs and huge parties and things like that. Growing up in church,
Mhm.
I never did. So our
Mm.
our moment to dress was
The
church.
church.
So it's like, if I'm not gonna look fabulous, why am I here? What am I doing? Um, so my design aesthetic began with sewing for different groups and things like that. And then it progressed to one of the groups that I sewed for was actually on America's Got Talent. And they commissioned me to sew something for them.
Mm.
When my look was seen on national TV, I'm like, you know what? This is a thing. I've got to continue this thing. I've got to make a transition and do more than just sewing for the few people that I know.
Right,
I've
right.
got to expand somehow. What can I
Mm-hmm.
do? And it taught me to, expand from just plus size from just women's clothing to include men, children,
Okay.
I have drag queens and costuming and things like that. And it gives me the opportunity to have variety in everything that I do.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. So, I mean, you mentioned America's Got Talent, and my next thing was, I know you've been featured in a lot of things. I just want you to brag on yourself right now. Tell us where we have seen your stuff, what you've been featured in, everything.
Well, I began my first fashion show and I look back on it and I cherish the memory. My first fashion show was at a local YMCA for Mother's Day. And I
Mm,
had my children, my sister, my best friend, everybody was my models at that time. So nobody was an actual model, but you know, everything that I stayed up and put together the garments, and I was so excited. And even my youngest daughter, I think she was about 4, and she was walking in the show in mommy's clothing. So she, I had to stop her from saying, "Mom, hi, mommy," and coming to me. But from there, I've been to New York Fashion Week for, I believe, 6 seasons.
mm,
Whether it was a September season or a February season, to be featured in Indonesia Fashion Week and New York Fashion Week, where we had plus size design. I was the first plus size designer in International Fashion Week. And that
mm.
was in 2016.
Okay.
That I was the very first plus size designer that this producer had. From there, I've been to Los Angeles Fashion Week during their time frame. I was featured as a guest designer in Africa Fashion for Peace, and that was in Nigeria. And featured in various magazines that at one of my latest, outside of this year, was in J. Cole magazine in Atlanta, Georgia. And I wasn't even there. I sent the garment, got the model's measurements, sent the garment, instructed them on how it's supposed to look.
Right.
And the pictures, again, turned out phenomenal. Just featured
Wow.
in the magazine, featured on their website, and various fashion weeks that I've been to, that the CFDA, which is the powers that be in fashion,
Mm-hmm.
um, featured me, was Indiana Fashion Week. That was a turning point for me,
Mm-hmm.
because I met influential people within the industry
Yeah.
and was featured in Indiana Monthly, which is a publication there, um, featuring my drag performer that came during a regular fashion week. And that's one of
Mm,
the things that I enjoy. You have all genders, male, female, non-binary, that can still present during regular fashion weeks, and they don't have to be separate. They don't have to be
right.
excluded from anything. So inclusivity is one of the things I pride myself on, because the model for Built by Stacy is designed with you in mind, and that you includes everybody.
Mm. Ah, that's amazing. I mean, she came with it, y'all. She has been everywhere, been in everything. So if someone is listening or watching,
Yeah.
how do they know they need you? Like what is that thing that goes, I need to contact Stacy for this?
Oh, and and it does happen. I have to be honest, it does happen. If there is something that you want to create a moment, um, people should, and I think I made a post about this, people should be able to wear whatever they want, but what you wear should change, to literally change your mood, change your outlook on
Mm,
whatever it is you're doing for that day. I had a
mm,
friend of mine that, oh, I want to take pictures, maternity pictures, I have a baby coming, I want to take maternity pictures. And she's like, well, I just don't, everybody's doing the flowers and everybody's doing the flowy robe. I need Stacy to make me something. And I got you. And and I made her this mermaid gown that stretched out to, because for me, more is more. And
mm-hmm.
more is better. So a gown that stretched out, and the train was the train, and then I had a fascinator, which is a few of the things that I love to make. that was like a satellite dish. It was huge. If you want to create a moment and you want to announce a pregnancy, that is how you do that. And
Wow.
again, pictures, it's all on Instagram and Facebook. And I'm making sure to keep things going like that. But when you want to create a moment and have something that makes you remember this moment, no matter what,
Mm.
I'm the person that you get it from.
So we can see everything on Facebook and Instagram, is it
That's
right?
correct. And
Okay, so
TikTok, we're slowly but surely building our TikTok presence.
okay, that
I'm
might
getting
be
used
the
to
place.
Right. I'm getting used to posting every day. And I said, if everybody goes and follows me, we can change the trajectory. I think about 500 shy of 5,000 followers on TikTok. So
Oh,
that's a big
okay.
deal for me because I started out at about 200 and my daughter had more than me and she was drawing pictures. She's a wonderful artist, drawing pictures, and she had like 8,000 followers. I'm like, how did you get so many?
Right.
So,
We need help. We
tell me. So
we we
that's
need help. I love
That's
it.
where
You
I
said
am
if you
now.
if you want to create a moment, like you want to step out and be the ish.
Yes,
That's we contact Stacy.
that is true. Someone once told me that when I step into a room, the whole atmosphere shifts. And
Mm,
it's not, I tell people all the time, it's not a bragging thing or one
yeah,
person better than another thing. No, it's when I step into the room, I just want you to know that I'm here.
yeah,
And so many people are not, they feel not seen. So many people feel not heard. And it's like, I don't have to be coming in to do anything ridiculous, but
right.
please know and understand that when you see this 5'4" plus size lady in this shocking pink dress, that's not something you're going to ever forget.
Noted, noted, noted. So since we're talking about people creating that moment, what's the process like with working with you? Like where do you start? Like what do you ask for? How does all of that work?
Okay. The process of getting a garment or a family of garments and things like that from me starts with a consultation. And
Okay.
consultations can either be over video or over the phone or get messaging started, because what we have to do is, figure out what it is you want and how
Mm-hmm.
we get there. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times, it's, oh, I know what I want. I love the way that this looked on this person, that this looked on that person. And I'm like, okay, that sounds great. But did the body come with the garment? And if it did not, we need to create something for you. Because if we created what Susie wore, that was for Susie.
Right.
So let's do yours, designed with you in mind. So let's do what works for you. What's
Mm-hmm.
over the top for me, I love big bows and big sleeves and big hair
Mm-hmm.
and you may not be as over the top. You
Right.
may love the garment, but wearing something that's out of your comfort zone, it shows in everything you do, it shows
Mm.
on your face. So it's like creating the moment for that individual. I get to know a person really quickly. And it's like,
Right.
I have a kind of a sixth sense when it comes to interaction with people. And I
Mm-hmm.
try to, go along with that and create something that is just for them.
Right.
An example of that is the Think Pink, Pretty in Pink collection. There's
Mm-hmm.
three distinctly different individuals, and
Okay.
their looks are unique to them. And
Right.
it's like you can tell the whole demeanor and mood changes based on what they're wearing. And it's a garment, it's a dress, it's a two-piece, it's a gown. And based on what they're wearing, their entire mood changes and they
Mm.
flow with what they have on. And it's
Yeah.
like you can't tell them anything. They are it. That's it. Yeah.
So I know this is the big 10 year for you. This is the
Yes.
10th year anniversary for you. What's happening? I mean, I'm sure you have some amazing things going on. So what's happening in
Oh,
10th
so
year?
much. So much is happening for Built by Stacy in our 10th year. One of the things that I'm implementing this year is something that I call First Sunday Fabulous.
Okay.
And what's going to happen with First Sunday Fabulous is not necessarily geared towards church, but for me as a church going person, First Sunday is always the big Sunday.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
when you wear your best, and it's when we have the events. So what I want to implement is almost a blog, if you will, where people are sending in, what are you wearing on this first Sunday?
Oh,
What is your fabulous for today?
yeah.
And if it's your best jeans and cotton top that makes you feel great, or it's a gown because you had an event to go to,
Mm-hmm.
it's something that I want to do like every first Sunday. And this past first Sunday, it was myself and my sister. I had this black and white dress with all of these faces on it, and it just kind of spoke to me when I saw the fabric. I'm like, I need to have it, and I need to make me something. I don't know what it is yet, but so it's myself and my sister on the first Sunday of the year with our things on. So that's something I'm working on and getting it out there and putting together my little video campaign or whatever to get that started.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that I'm going to be doing is my flash sale Fridays. I'm big on wordplay. So my flash sale Fridays will have garments that I've been working on that are available for sale, but you
Okay.
can get them at a fraction of the cost of what
Okay.
it would normally cost. Like, hey, this is what we have for this month, and you can get
Mm,
this for $50 or less, and which is a bargain.
I'm
So
sure.
yeah, all of the yards and yards of African print fabrics that I have is, I'm just going to do a whole little push for
Mm-hmm.
all of the things that I have in house, so people can have things for Black History Month events that they have coming up.
Awesome. So
Yeah,
if you are not checking her out on a regular, definitely check her out on Fridays for,
yeah,
for those
definitely,
sales. Who doesn't
definitely,
like a sale? I know I do.
absolutely.
Well, congratulations on 10 years. A
Thank
lot
you
of
so
us,
much.
don't make it that far. So it's definitely an accomplishment,
Yeah,
something to look forward to for everyone who's watching and listening.
yeah,
But before we go,
yeah.
as business owners, we still need things. So
Right.
what's something that you need in your business right now that you're willing to barter for?
I am in need of a person that does marketing as
Okay.
far as social media is concerned.
Okay.
Um, I'm of the social media learning crowd that we do the selfies and we do the trending videos, and I can't TikTok dance, so I skip that part. So for me, it's more of a having someone that knows the navigational path of
Yeah.
social media and
Yeah.
how to do more than just post my video I made yesterday. Because for me, I posted, put a couple hashtags, and the hashtags probably aren't the hashtags that you're supposed to use. I don't know. And it's hashtag I made this and hashtag built by Stacy. That's about it. So,
Right.
and it's like I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to do more than that. And I'm
Right.
supposed to post during certain times. And listen, I draw my garments, I create them. The social media thing, I'm calling my daughter all the time. She's like, Mom, yes, you know all of my passwords. Okay, help me with this. I don't want to sound like an old lady right now, but help me
Right.
with this. So that's kind of where I am with
Okay.
what I would need to barter with. So
Okay. Yeah, I think we all have our moments with this social media thing because it was not around, well, especially when I was growing up. Like
exactly.
this is new to us. We're trying to learn, we're trying to keep up
Yes,
in this entrepreneurship thing with social media. So I know I get lost sometimes too, especially when you
yes,
mentioned hashtags. I was like, I know I'm probably like way off on my hashtags, but that is okay.
exactly. When you see hashtag built by Stacy, okay, this has been used 3 times. I'm like, oh, so I probably should use something else, huh? But
Yeah.
we're living.
Yeah.
Well, I think thanks to me, it's up to 10,000 times now. So We're getting there.
You use it all the time.
Yes, I do.
So you heard it here. If you are an expert in social media and you are looking for that garment that is going to be the
Listen.
showstopper,
And I guarantee you it will.
yeah.
If they look on my Facebook page, there's a YouTube video link of the show that I just did in Virginia.
Okay.
The garment at the end of the show is a transforming garment. So it looks like one thing, and the model does what they do, and then it looks like something else.
Something else.
And the crowd, the reaction from the crowd is all that you need. It's all that you
now. Get in those comments, shoot your shot. I was definitely, I was on your Facebook page and I was like, wow, these are absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna definitely check out Instagram and the video too. But yes. I did look at your designs and they're absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Shoot your shot in the comments. All of Stacy's information is going to be in the comments and in the show notes. Thank you, Stacy, so much for joining me today. Thank you everyone for watching and listening. Again, we will be back here tomorrow where we will be featuring another entrepreneur. So stay tuned and reach out to Stacy. All right. That was a good one.
Thank you so much.